You can carry a gentle heart inside you and still lose pieces of yourself by giving too much, too often, and too deeply. Many people mistakenly blur the line between kindness and overgiving, believing that self-sacrifice is identical to compassion, and that love must always come at the expense of one's own peace. But the Buddha gently reminded humanity of a profound truth: you yourself, just as much as anyone in the entire universe, deserve your own love and affection. Real compassion is made of both softness and wisdom. When kindness is offered without inner guidance, it slowly transforms into exhaustion, resentment, and quiet suffering that nobody else sees. In this video, we are going to explore 5 subtle signs that you are giving too much, and how you can gently rebalance your energy so that your kindness nourishes your spirit instead of draining it. Because kindness should be a bridge, not a burden. And compassion should expand you, not erase you. Sign number 1, you feel drained after helping others. One of the clearest signs that you are giving more than your heart can sustain is very simple: you feel empty instead of peaceful after helping others. You offer comfort, support, a listening ear, emotional space, but when it is over, your body feels heavy, your heart feels tired, and your mind grows silent in sadness instead of smiling in warmth. True compassion, the kind that the Buddha taught and lived, is meant to lift the spirit, not crush it. It is meant to open your heart wider, not press it down with weight. Yet when you become the person who always listens, the friend who absorbs everyone's pain, the healer who gives without pause, your own energy starts to sink. You give care, but underneath the surface you feel overwhelmed or silently resentful. Maybe you are the friend who answers every call no matter how tired you are. The one who listens for hours, but has no space to speak about your own struggles. The person who holds everyone together while quietly holding your breath. This is not compassion. This is imbalance disguised as kindness. Buddhist wisdom teaches that compassion must include the self. If you help others while pouring from an empty cup, your kindness slowly becomes a form of self-neglect. You suffer silently so others can breathe comfortably. Here is a powerful Buddhist-inspired practice. Before saying yes to someone's request, pause. Close your eyes for just one moment and ask yourself: do I have the energy for this right now? Can I support this person without abandoning myself? If the answer is no, it is not unkind to step back. It is wisdom. It is balance. It is giving from truth rather than exhaustion. Because compassion that drains you is not compassion, it is self-forgetting. Sign number 2, you say yes even when your heart says no. Another painful sign you are giving too much is when your mouth says yes, even while your heart quietly whispers no. This is not kindness, it is people-pleasing wearing the costume of compassion. It is a pattern built on the fear of disappointing others, losing approval, or being seen as selfish or unhelpful. But the Buddha taught that suffering begins the moment we act against our inner truth. Every time you agree to something you do not have the energy for, a small part of your heart tightens. You feel pressured, overwhelmed, and silently resentful, not because the request was wrong, but because your yes betrayed your own boundary. Maybe you accepted extra work even though your plate was already full. Maybe you attended a gathering you did not want to go to. Maybe you helped someone who has never once asked how you are doing. You say yes to avoid guilt. But the real guilt arrives later, when you realize you abandoned your own needs. Buddhist wisdom reminds us that kindness grows from authenticity, not fear. A forced yes helps no one because it comes from pressure instead of compassion. Here is a gentle way to reclaim your space without conflict. Instead of answering immediately, say, "Let me think about it and I'll get back to you." This simple sentence creates breathing room. It gives you time to check your energy, your truth, and your capacity. If your heart says no, honor it. A truthful no is far kinder than a resentful yes. Your peace matters too. Sign number 3, you give more than you receive in every relationship. One of the most painful signs you are giving too much is finding yourself in relationships that are one-sided, where you give endlessly yet receive almost nothing in return. You are the one who initiates conversations. You are the one who apologizes first. You are the one who adjusts, forgives, accommodates, and stretches yourself, while the other person remains distant, passive, or unavailable. This imbalance slowly wears down your spirit and begins to distort your sense of worth. You start questioning your importance, your place in the other person's life, and whether your emotional presence matters. But the Buddha taught that genuine relationships, whether friendships, family, or love, require balance. Care must flow in both directions. Compassion must circulate like breath. When only one person is giving, the connection stops being a relationship and becomes quiet self-abandonment. It is like watering a plant every day, while the other person never even notices the soil is dry. No matter how much you pour, the roots eventually suffocate, not because there is no love, but because there is no nourishment returning. Here is a practice to shift this painful pattern. Use a simple self-compassion mantra. My well-being matters too. Rest is not selfish. Rest is wisdom. Repeat it every time guilt rises in your chest. Allow the words to soften you, to release the tension, to show your body that you deserve care. You are not here to be endlessly available. You are here to breathe, to grow, to live, and to hold yourself with the same tenderness you offer the world. When you honor your own needs, your giving becomes healthier and lighter. Sign number 5, you mistake self-sacrifice for love. Perhaps the most painful sign that you are giving too much is when you begin to confuse self-sacrifice with love. You give endlessly hoping to be seen. You overextend yourself hoping to feel valued. You carry other people's burdens and fix their problems, while quietly abandoning your own needs. At first, it feels noble, even beautiful. But slowly, it becomes exhausting. And beneath that exhaustion grows resentment, not because you don't love them, but because your giving came from fear. The fear that you are not enough. The fear that love must be earned. The fear of losing someone if you stop overgiving. But Buddhist wisdom teaches a deep truth. Love without balance becomes attachment, not compassion. Compassion is warm and steady. Attachment is anxious and draining. When you give too much, your heart becomes tangled in expectations. I hope they appreciate this. Maybe now they will treat me better. If I keep giving, they won't leave. But this is not love. This is self-erasure. Here is a practice to bring your heart back into balance. Mindful giving with equal exchange. Before giving, pause and ask. Am I giving from love or from fear? Is the energy balanced or am I carrying everything alone? Healthy love flows in both directions. It nourishes both hearts, not just one. When you stop sacrificing yourself to be loved, something beautiful happens. Love grows deeper because it honors both people, including you. Final reflection. Today, you learned the 5 signs you may be giving too much. Feeling drained after helping. Saying yes when you mean no. One-sided relationships. Guilt around rest. Confusing self-sacrifice with love. Remember this wisdom, you deserve the same compassion you freely offer others. As the Buddha said, peace begins within you. If this message brought you clarity or comfort, subscribe for more Buddhist wisdom, emotional clarity, and gentle guidance for the heart. And always remember. Give with love, not exhaustion. Offer compassion, not self-abandonment.